Wow, guys, we were talking about down payment coming up, but before we get into down payment, you had one more thought you wanted to make.
One more thought. I just want to let everyone know you don't necessarily want to dump a bunch of money in discount points if you're looking to lower your payment. Talk to your lender about strategy. Down payment strategy is important. We're gonna segue into that here in a second, but it generally takes 5 to 7 years to recoup discount point money. So depending on how much you spend, if you know you're not going to be in the house for 5 to 7 years, you don't want to dump a bunch of money into discount.
I had a couple of a husband and wife doctor coming out of medical school together, both got jobs at Atrium, and we basically got them into an adjustable rate because they knew in a few years
that's right.
Income was going up. So you ask questions like that?
Oh yeah, ARMs are great products, and don't get me started because I'll have us on a 30-minute tangent on ARMs.
Hey, this is my program.
I know, I'm just trying to take over.
Talk about down payment. And again, we do a lot of new construction, so is it good to put down as much down payment as you can? Does that lower your payment, or what's the strategy?
Well, down payment is a total strategy game. So I talk to a lot of people who come to me and say, oh my gosh, Delaney, I'm not ready to buy a house. I don't have 20% to put down. To their surprise, you do not have to put 20% down.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, 20% down is one of the worst amounts of money you can put down on a house.
Why?
When it comes to your interest rate.
I mean, it gets rid of PMI, right?
Well, it gets rid of PMI, but so if you think about PMI, mortgage insurance, it protects the lender from your default.
Yeah, and they let us pay for it.
And you got to pay for it.
The lender got to pay for it to protect you.
Just like owner's title insurance policy for the attorneys. But anyway, 20% down is the highest amount of money, it's 80% loan to value, the highest amount of money a lender will lend to you without mortgage insurance. So that puts the lender in the riskiest position acceptable to them without mortgage insurance, which means because we have more risk, you get a higher rate.
Wow, interesting. So what's an ideal, let's say somebody was going to buy a $500,000 house. What's an ideal kind of strategy on down payment?
It depends, because a lot of things factor into that. You might be targeting a certain monthly payment, and you might have to put a certain amount of money down to qualify for that house. So it does, that's where it remains dynamic. But actually, Fannie Mae recently revised what's called an LLPA table, stands for Loan Level Pricing Adjustments. And it's a whole list of matrices that lenders use to determine the market rate for any transaction, which we touched about a couple videos ago. They revised it, and before you would just, the more money you put down, you would think the better the rate you got, that's pretty much what the line of thinking was. But it's been changed, and now the LLPA table is incentivizing buyers to put less money down. The best rate bracket that you can find, and you won't see it this way, but a lender will be able to explain to you what the difference in rate is.
A good lender that you trust.
A good lender that you trust.
If you told the truth to.
That's right. You got to tell the truth to your lender. Everything, all the truth. But 5% or less down is now the most attractive bracket from a rate perspective.
5% or less. Now, conventional, it has to be 5, right?
3% if you're a first-time buyer, 5% if you're anything else. Now, just a caveat there, and this is why it remains dynamic, if you put that little down, your mortgage insurance is going to be a little higher. So it becomes a game. You have to kind of weigh out the monthly cost between putting less money down and the elevated mortgage insurance or the lower mortgage insurance for putting more money down, which results in a very, very slightly elevated interest rate. It's very, very slight.
Wow. Guys, we won't lose you if we read her little poem, will we?
We've got to read the poem.
Good stuff. This is Delaney Besecker, NMLS number 2130746. Her lawyers gave me this little poem to read. The content, you read it.
I'll read it.
Read your poem.
The content in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. The information contained in the posted content represents the views and opinions of the original creators and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of FBC Mortgage. LLC, NMLS number 152859. All products are subject to credit and property approval, programs, rates, program terms, and conditions subject to change without notice. I'll notify you though. Not all products are available in all states for all amounts. Other restrictions and limitations may apply. This is not a commitment to lend. You gotta call me for that.
This is all the CYA stuff. Oh well. Thank you, lawyers, for making this video extremely interesting. And but Delaney, we're going to give her contact information here at the end of the podcast. Hope you're enjoying the Charlotte CHATcast. I am, and we're doing it on site right now, first time at Foxcroft in Waverly. Although she went to the wrong Foxcroft, but that's okay.
I did.
Here we are now, right?
We're here.
She's very likable. I think you'll enjoy talking to her. Again, I think about telling your lender the truth. It's kind of like a doctor. If you don't tell them the truth, they can't help you. So just tell them the truth and let them get you where you want to go. You and I, neither you nor I get paid until they get their keys.
That's right.
So we're motivated. I mean, that's one kind of harsh way to say it, but you know what I mean? We don't get paid and then sit back.
No, we have no incentive to have you not close.
Very well said. So we got the whole first-time buyer thing has really been frustrating for me the last couple of years with all the junk, not only the mortgage stuff, but the price increases, and the builders knew how to raise the prices. They forgot how to bring them back down.
They did.
So anyway, so let's talk about first-time home buyers, and that's coming up next.